This is as above, so below. That phrase is believed to be the key to all magic. It means that what is within me is outside of me. As it is on earth, so it is in heaven. As I am, so are my cells. So are my atoms. So is God. Basically, as I believe the world to be, so it is.
You're listening to the Fun with Horror podcast with your hosts, Scotty and Andrew.
Hey, friends, it's me, Andrew.
And I am Scotty.
And welcome to episode 163 of Fun with Horror, the most wholesome horror movie podcast in the entire universe. I'm not even going to say world today, in the universe. This is the podcast in which two long-distance best friends stay in touch by taking turns giving each other horror movies to watch, and then we discuss them for us and for you, our friends.
Last episode, I got to pick our next movie, and I went a little bit back in time. I went to 2014, and I picked a found footage movie called As Above, So Below. And stay tuned until the end of this episode, where we get to hear what Andrew is going to pick. I said where we get to hear, but it's when we get to hear. When we get to hear what Andrew is going to pick for our next episode. Happy Halloween, buddy.
Happy Halloween. Oh, man. Wait. Is this really?
No.
We're oh, okay. I was like, we do record these a bit early, so I'm like, that doesn't check out in my book, but all right.
We're a horror movie podcast, so every day is Halloween.
That's true. That is true.
But honestly, for me, spooky season begins in August. August, September, and October. August, see, now I was having a little online conversation, and I realized August is kind of like the soft open of Halloween spooky season.
Yep.
You know, it's still hot. It's going to get even hotter. Like, this is when it's the hottest in Southern California. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
But around December, it starts to cool down, and then we're ready for Halloween.
That sounds about right. I will say I do not miss that heat. Like today, it was well, and again, I'm in Western Washington, where it's usually gloomy most of the time, which I love. But I went for a little walk today at work, and there was leaves on the ground. I was just enjoying this because I'm with you. I think August, September, October is spooky season. I've always thought that. I agree. So it just felt nice to have that weather, the leaves, and just enjoy this spooky season.
Buddy, you know who I love almost as much as you?
I don't.
Our listeners.
Oh.
You know what? We've got a Apple Podcasts review, a new one.
Yay! That's amazing.
Would you like to read it to us, my friend?
I would love to read it to you. To all of you. So the caption, or the title, says, "So fun!" with an exclamation point. And this is from Paunchy Cat. And it says, "I love listening to you guys. You tricked me with the Serbian film, and I was upset. But then I listened to the other shows, and you are forgiven. Great show." I love that.
Thank you, Paunchy Cat.
Thank you, Paunchy Cat. That's amazing.
Also, you have cat in your name, so I doubly like it.
And you have Paunchy in your name, and so I triply like it.
Why?
I don't know.
You're a big fan of Paunchies?
I am. You know, I always said if I wasn't in the business I'm in now, it would be the Paunchy business.
Oh, man. I wish.
Right? Make a killing.
The Paunchy King of Washington.
Oh my gosh. I'm making a website tonight.
There you go. With a little corgi mascot. I don't know why, but why not?
Why not? That's perfect. With a little bow tie.
There you go. Hey, we also have some Spotify comments. We have a couple here.
Ooh, lay it on me, man.
I'm going to probably read them. Let me make sure this one doesn't have a spoiler and we have to hold it until the end. The first one I'm going to read, I wasn't sure if I was going to read it on the podcast because it was more of a question or I don't know. But I'm going to read it because I answered this person in the comments. Freezy Pop said, forgot the part in the recap that it's Buddy Guy. And this was about Sinners. So Freezy Pop was listening to the 3-minute recap and probably was like, hey, you didn't even mention that it's Buddy Guy at the end of the movie. But I replied and I said, we talk about him later in the episode, which we did.
Yeah, we did.
I hope Freezy Pop listened to the whole episode and then I don't know if it's a male or female, they would have gotten to hear about Buddy Guy. That's
true. And my very little knowledge of really anything in the world. So
yeah, it's embarrassing, but
it really is. But you know what? I put myself out there so everyone can listen to my embarrassment. You're welcome, friends.
Yay. Also, we have a comment on our episode, Bring Her Back, which just came out today. We're recording this on the day that Bring Her Back came out, and there's already a comment.
Whoa. Okay.
It's by our friend Claire.
Aw, Claire. Hi.
Claire commented, Tuesday is my Sunday. So Tuesday is her Sunday. Final Destination is my favorite franchise. I paid $10 to rent this movie just so I could listen to this episode. Wow, thank you, Claire.
Oh, that's really sweet. Thank you.
Perfect recap. I liked Talk to Me 42% more. That is very specific, Claire.
I love that comment.
The ending of that was perfection. I thought Ollie/Connor was starving, dying. I cried at the end, too. So
fair. Yeah.
It was a little bit spoilerish, but, you know, if you haven't seen the movie, it doesn't spoil too much. So
yeah,
it's about specific things we said in the episode. I won't embellish.
Right.
But Claire and Freezy Pop, thank you so much for your comments.
Yes, that's amazing. Thank you. I loved them 42% more than I thought I ever would.
The comments?
Yeah.
I like them 43% more.
Gosh, darn it, you.
I know. I always have to one-up you.
I know. But not only do you do it with your looks, now you got to do it with what you say. My gosh.
Speaking of one-ups, what is that? What is that?
That sounded more like Woody the Woodpecker, but...
Oh, I guess it did. Never mind. That was my pitiful attempt at doing like a one-up sound in Mario.
Oh, okay. No,
yeah.
that makes sense as well.
That's terrible. I'm embarrassed for myself.
Hey, welcome. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my nightmare. Oh, sorry. So so every, like we've just already talked about, August, September, October, spooky season. I swear I do this every year, and I don't even mean to. It's just my body just does it, where in August I re-download one of my favorite video games of all time because it's a spooky game. And this year I did the same thing, which I downloaded, and I don't know if you've ever played it. I know we've talked about it, but Murdered Soul Suspect. I don't know if you've ever played this game where you play as a ghost detective.
I did play it. I can't remember if I finished it. Murdered, colon. Soul Suspect, just so people know what we're talking about.
Yes, correct. But, I mean, like, August hit, and I was like, oh, I got to download that. And I started playing it.
Accidentally? You downloaded it accidentally?
You know what it is? I think I just, like when someone becomes a werewolf in movies and they wake up, like, next to a dead deer.
Yeah.
It's that same thing. I just pass out, and I'm like, oh, I downloaded Murdered Soul Suspect? All right. Yeah. Must be August.
That happens to me, except with my Amazon shopping cart, and I'm just like, what did I buy? But it's exciting. Let me tell you, it's exciting.
What a gift.
What a gift. Speaking of things that I bought, when I went to a screening last month, I bought a Blu-ray that I'm trying to show you, but you can't see because of the background. So let me turn this background off.
Wait, was that Toxie?
No, just let me turn the background off. Hang on.
All right. It's amazing though, because it looks like he's holding an invisible something. Oh, there we go. Okay.
All right, there we go.
All right.
No, I got this Blu-ray. It's called Fear in the Philippines, the complete Blood Island films. You know, Severin Films was at this screening. They had a table full of Blu-rays. And
Awesome.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna support them. And I was looking for something that looked interesting. And this is 4 movies in one, my friend.
Worth it. Worth it.
And I was like, these have got to be interesting. So look at the back. How
Oh
cool.
yeah, dude.
It's got
That's
4
awesome.
movies in it. All these movies were made in the Philippines, and I believe they were made by Filipino directors and such.
Cool.
The movies include Terror is a Man, Brides of Blood, Mad Doctor of Blood Island, and Beast of Blood.
Whoa. Dude, let me know when you watch those, or at least one of them. I'm very curious.
I did. That's what
you did?
That's what I'm here to tell you, buddy.
Well, tell me.
And then I gotta go. But
Okay.
I watched a movie called Terror is a Man. It's from 1959. It's in black and white, and it was so much better than I even expected it to be.
Wow. Okay, from 59. Wow.
Yeah, all these movies are like from 59 to 71. It's like, yeah, they're old.
Not that old.
No, they're old, man. Not even
Alright.
I was born then, and I'm old. So
You were. Stop it.
you just said you are? What?
No,
He
You knocked
just
that
called me.
off.
He just called me old.
Hey,
I
stop
can't believe
that.
what happened here.
Stop it.
I can't believe it.
Knock it off.
I refuse.
No.
I'm a stubborn old man. I refuse to knock it off. Whatever, young whippersnapper.
Ugh, I wish. Ugh.
Anyway, so this movie is about a guy who shipwrecks onto an island, and he meets this mad scientist who is doing experiments in his lab, and he's fast forwarding evolution. He's taken this Black Panther and he's turning it into a human.
Yes.
And he does experiments, and man, not only was the movie like effective, but it was kind of sad too, because as a cat lover, I was thinking, oh, this poor like panther that was like experimented on and changed to a human, and it's probably scared. And what's going on? It was a good movie.
Dang, that actually, I do like the premise, man. I think that sounds pretty cool. And I do love a good creature feature, so, you know.
I almost wanted to pick this for one of our movies, but I'm looking forward to the other movies. They are much more hokey in color. They have evidently tons of nudity and fake gore and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Sweet.
Also, I just want to say that we karma'd ourselves. We bad karma'd ourselves. Remember, so last episode, we were talking about and bragging about how it was our Friday.
Oh, right. Yes. Yes.
And look what happens. Look what happens. And now,
I know.
because of life and stuff, now we have to record on a Tuesday. It's like
I know.
lightning struck.
Yep. Good job, Scotty. No, I'm just kidding. It's my
Right? Also, meant to tell you,
Ooh, okay.
today I could not find my cats. I was looking at my camera and they were hiding. So there's Ziggy the horror cat. I could not find Ziggy anywhere.
Mm.
Do you know where they were hiding?
Hmm.
In the catacombs.
Arrête. C'est ici l'Empire de la Mort. Stop. This is the Empire of the Dead. Wait, check out the patterns and crosses that they made. It's beautiful.
6 million bodies, almost 3 times the population.
As Above, So Below was released on August 29th of 2014. It was directed by John Erick Dowdle. It was written by John Erick Dowdle and Drew Dowdle. And it stars Perdita Weeks as Scarlet, Ben Feldman as George, Ediwn Hodge as Benji, and François Civil as Papillon.
That was really good, buddy. I just liked listening to those names. You sang them like that? Oh, mama. Anyway.
That was just speaking. I didn't sing. I wasn't
No,
singing.
saying them like that. Saying them like that.
Oh,
It just-
sang.
Sang.
No,
sang.
I didn't
sang
sang.
them. You
didn't
sang them
sang.
like that.
I didn't sang. I just said them. I spoke them out loud.
Well, you did it eloquently and beautifully.
Yeah, but I wasn't singing.
You didn't sang? Oh, boy. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Okay, buddy. Before we start spoiling anything, before we get in too deep into this, Two Below, what did you think of this movie? Oh, and just so everyone knows, Ziggy's right there. What a cutie patootie. Hi, Ziggy.
Or is he?
Oh. I thought so.
It was the void. What did I think of As Above, So Below?
Yes.
I liked this movie. I liked it a lot. I think my star rating will go up if I watch it again because I thought this was a very effective found footage movie that was scary at times. It actually was frightening. But then by the end, there was so many, like, kind of, I guess, special effects and such that I was more invested in the story than the fear, the terror. And then I liked the way it ended, and which we'll talk about. But afterwards, I started looking into this movie and looking into a lot of hidden meanings and stuff, which we are definitely going to go into. And then I really started to appreciate this movie.
Nice.
So, you'd never seen this movie either. So, what did you think of it?
Buddy, I really liked this movie. I thought this was a very effective, like you said, found footage horror movie. I agree with you on the special effects, which we will discuss, but I had a great time with this movie. I looked up a little bit as well. I know you did much more research than I did, but I'll just say this. Dante, I am excited to talk to you about this.
Maybe I did more research. Maybe I didn't. We shall see.
Oh, you did.
But it doesn't really matter. Like, we both did research. That's beautiful.
Right. Hey, there you go. I
love it. But were you naked with oil all over your body when you did research too?
It wasn't necessarily oil. It was more mud, but yes.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Yeah.
Man, we are so alike.
I know. Typical Sundays. Am I right? All right, friends. Now, after talking a little bit about it, we are going to spoil this movie. So this is your spoiler warning, followed immediately by our trigger warnings. So if you haven't seen this movie and you don't want a single thing spoiled for you, this, friends, is the point of no return. So feel free to pause this episode, come back after you watch the movie. We want you back. We want you to listen. But before we talk about the rest of the movie, we would like to let you know about any major trigger warnings inspired, of course, by the website doesthedogdie.com. And of course, nearly every horror movie inherently has triggers, but there are some, as many of you know, that we would want to know about before watching a movie, and so we are here to let you know about those. But Scotty, friend, we always talk about if animals are hurt or injured or killed in movies. Are there any animals in this movie?
I'm happy to say that there were no animals in this movie that I remember. Yeah, I don't think there are any animals.
Good. I don't think so either. And I say hooray, not that there's not animals, but there's no animal deaths. That's what I'm happy about.
Correct. So no major trigger warnings here. Just the regular horror movie trigger warnings. Well, buddy, with that out of the way, yes. I have pulled out my virtual orange 20-sided die, and I am going to start rolling it. And if I stop rolling it, and it's an odd number, you're going to do the 3-minute recap from memory. If it lands on an even number, then I will do it, okay?
Yes. So, friend, I'm going to have you stop it right now.
Oh, my God, natural 20.
Whoa.
Oh, I guess we're both doing it at the same time. No, I'm just kidding. It's me again.
It's you again.
It's me again.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Just heads up, I did want to let you know.
No.
You have 3 minutes. If you don't do the 3-minute recap in 3 minutes, I did buy us plane tickets to go to... Yeah, we're going to go to the catacombs, and I found out that there is a cave in there that people just should not go in, and I've made a vow to myself that if it's over 3 minutes, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to push you in. I'm going to push you in.
That's fair.
So I suggest
at least we get to go on a vacation together, you know?
No, I won't talk to you the whole time either. It's going to be real rough. It's not going to be fun for you. So you bet.
I'm going to make the most of it, buddy.
Aw.
I will sit
Aw.
next to you. I'll just stare at you while
What else is
we
new?
don't talk. I'll just like, there you go. I'm just going to make you feel so uncomfortable until you push me into that catacomb tunnel.
Fair.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
As Above, So Below begins, as many movies do, with Scarlett in Iran. And she is going underneath the city, actually. She's looking for something with the help of this guy. It's said that if she's captured, they will punish her by burying her up to her head in sand or whatever. She finds in these tunnels, right before they're blowing them, she finds blowing them up. Excuse me. Wholesome. She finds this ox, this statue of an ox, and it's got like writings all over it. So she starts recording it. At the last minute, she gets out. She sees a man hanging. What? And then she gets out. Then we jump to Paris. She is now in Paris being recorded by her friend Benji. Benji is recording her. They are on a quest. This is very much like a Tomb Raider type movie at first. They are on a quest to find the Philosopher's Stone, Nicholas Flamel's famous Philosopher's Stone. They find an ex of hers, George, somebody who was sent to a Turkish prison because she left him behind. She had to, or else she would have died or what have you. Who knows? But they realize that they have to go into the Paris catacombs, the famous Paris catacombs, to find this Philosopher's Stone. They end up enlisting the help of a guy named Papillon, who brings along a girl named Suxi. They call her the Banshee, which is cute because of Susie and the Banshees. Also, along for the ride is a guy named Zed. So they all sneak into these tunnels. There's a part with a policeman tackling Papillon. They almost get caught, but then they get into these tunnels. Here's where things go crazy. So they're in these tunnels. They see this one blocked tunnel that Papillon says nobody ever goes in there. We had a friend named Latope, and he went in there and never came back. And Latope knew the catacombs like the back of his hand. They end up crawling over all of these bones, in which Benji almost gets caught. He gets stuck, and there's like a claustrophobic panic. And then they end up in this tunnel where there's the door. Their way back is blocked. Their only way forward is through this forbidden tunnel. So they go through this forbidden tunnel. Things start to go a little bit weird at this point. They see a piano that belonged to George when he was a kid. A phone rings, and when Scarlett picks up the phone, there's a voice saying, I forget what it says. Why won't you talk to me, Scarlett, is what it says. They go deeper into this tunnel. There's a woman that Benji keeps seeing. He sees her at a club before they go into the tunnels. He sees her with a choir underneath the tunnels doing some pagan singing. And then he sees her later. But before that, they end up in this room with a desiccated old man. He's not desiccated yet. He's just an old dead man. He's been dead for like 600 years, but he's still whole. They swim under this tunnel. They find what they feel is the Philosopher's Stone. But then the other people, they start trying to take all this treasure that's also in the room, and guess what? There's a tunnel collapse. So they figure out that the only way to get out is through go backwards, and they go through this. They swim, and now they're back. Oh, no. They go into a doorway. They end up in a doorway, and the doorway says, abandon all hope, ye who enter here. When they go through that doorway, suddenly everything is like a mirror version of where they were. They go into the Philosopher's Stone room again. Scarlett is able to heal Suxi's arm with the Philosopher's Stone. What the hey? They swim through. They're in the room with the dead guy again, but now the corpse is desiccated. That's where I wanted to use that word right there. By the way, they found Latope. He was wandering in the forbidden tunnels, and he's kind of kooky now. Maybe he was kooky before, but he's definitely kooky now. But they thought he got buried underneath the stones during the collapse. Well, he's in the room with the desiccated corpse. When Suxi goes up to him, he slams her into the ground and just bashes her head into the stone over and over and kills her. And I forget what happens to him, but he disappears. So that's the first death. Then they have to keep going downwards. They have to keep going down. That's the only way. There's only one direction they can go, and that's downwards. So they keep going downwards. Benji is killed. He's about to climb down this well, and he sees the woman with a baby. The next thing you know, he just falls straight down and he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. People. Further into the tunnels, they come into these open rooms. There's a burning car with a guy in the car. This is a guy who evidently Papillon left, or I don't know if he if he burned the guy alive in the car, or if he just left the guy in the car to burn, but somehow he was guilty of it and he refused to take responsibility. Next thing you know, he's being pulled into the car, and then the car just crumples and Papillon is stuck in the ground with just his 2 legs sticking out of the ground. Horrible. Now we see all these like cultists down there in the tunnels, the cultists. And then there's this one cultist, a robed figure sitting in a chair. And when he gets up, there's smoke coming off of him. It's all creepy. A stone figure comes out of a wall and bites George in the neck. So now Scarlet, the Philosopher's Stone, won't work. So she's thinking, oh, this is the wrong stone. So she goes all the way back to that room and she finds out it says, the Philosopher's Stone is right in front of you. Something or other. There's some poetry. And she rubs this thing and there's a mirror of her. She sees herself in the reflection, and that's when she realizes she is the Philosopher's Stone. She makes her way back. She sees her father hanging. Her father hung himself. I guess she wasn't home, so she feels guilty over it, but she comes to peace with him. She makes her way all the way back to George. She body slams the stone people, which is weird, but she finally gets back to George. She kisses him, puts her hand over the wound, and he's all better. They keep going downwards. They go down, and they finally come to this thing, and it's like the penitent will pass, right? They push down on this thing, and it's like, we all know, you can see it's a manhole cover, right? And as they're pushing down, you realize, they push the manhole cover to the side, and then when they go down into this open air hole, they come out back into the streets of Paris next to the river, underneath a starry sky. And they come out of the hole. Scarlet, George, and Zed are all okay. The end.
Oh, just under 3 minutes, buddy. Just under.
Whew, that was so close.
So now we can still take that trip, but enjoy the catacombs and take a tour. It'll be fun.
No trips.
Fine. But great job.
Hey, thanks. No, because you might kill me, dude.
No, you got under 3 minutes, so you're fine.
I don't know.
Fine.
You might just take me to the catacombs and push me in the hole now, so I'm just going to play it safe and stay here with my cats.
That's fair.
So let's talk about this.
Yeah.
We'll get into quibbles in a second, but you said the thing, you said the word. You looked up what I looked up.
Oh, yes.
That this movie parallels Dante's Inferno.
Correct.
In which Dante, under the guidance of Virgil, makes his way through the 9 circles of hell.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you read of that? What did you find out?
Not a whole lot, just that it was kind of based, that the story essentially was based on Dante's Inferno. I've never read Dante's Inferno. I read the basics. I've never actually read it. Have you ever read it, out of curiosity?
No, but I've played the video game.
Which is, loosely based on, the story, so...
That was such a good video game. It was so good.
With his chest, like the cross, right? Wasn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
As you implied, yes, I did go a bit deeper into this. Like, I really, really looked up parallels and such because I wanted to know everything. So I might blow your mind a little bit, buddy.
I hope so, buddy.
Let's talk about quibbles first. Did you have any quibbles with this movie?
In all honesty, and we kind of brought it up at the beginning, my biggest ones were the CGI. It just a little bit, because up until, kind of towards the end, it seems like it's all just practical effects, practical set design, and then you just get a couple things that are a little bit extreme in the CGI world. And it just takes you out of it a little bit just because it's pretty like down to earth, you know. But then there's just those moments that kind of took me out of it a little bit. So I think those were my quibbles.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
But when I mentioned it before, I wasn't exactly saying that the change near the end of the movie was a quibble.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying that the movie wasn't as scary to me.
That's fair.
I was actually more engrossed in the story and what was going on. However, I do kind of agree with you because my quibble is kind of specific.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I did not like the scene with George seeing his brother underneath the water.
Yeah.
First of all, it looked cheesy. It looked bad.
Yeah.
It didn't look real at all. Second of all, look, as everybody listening to this can probably guess, I've never been trapped in the 9 circles of hell at the bottom of the Paris catacombs, so I don't honestly know what I would feel like or what I would do. But if I was an adult and my little brother had died when I was a kid, and I knew that he was dead, and I knew that these tunnels were playing tricks on us, right?
Yep.
I think if I saw like my little brother underneath the water in these tunnels with bones and stuff, I think I would know. I'd be freaked out, sure.
Right.
Because it's freaky looking, but I wouldn't like actually think that my brother was underneath the water. So
yeah,
I just
totally
don't
agree.
like that part. I don't like that part at all.
I completely agree with you. I actually had that thought watching it, like, really, guy? Really? All right.
You know things are weird. You know things are going on. You know your
You've
brother's
seen
dead.
some crazy stuff, yeah.
And this isn't like Lord of the Rings in which the Black Marshes are hypnotizing Frodo, you know?
Right.
It's not like that. What's up, Lord of the Rings? So that was my main thing.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really, really, oh man, biggest compliment to this movie is the sound design. Oh my God.
Yeah, I would agree with you, dude.
I know you would agree with me. It's another movie, though. I wish you had been sitting here in my apartment because that surround sound, especially when things get crazy near the end and you just hear all these noise, like this low hum and stuff going through the tunnels. And oh, it's so good.
That sounds pretty awesome. Actually, with your system set up, that sounds awesome. That would be a cool one.
Wish you could have been here, but it was still great. What did you think of the Tomb Raider aspect of this movie?
I really liked it. Going into this, all I kind of knew was that they go in the catacombs. I knew that. But I had no real other knowledge of this movie. I remember when it came out, but that's about it. So when we got kind of this Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones style, like, what are we going to find? I was like, this is cool. I'm all about this. And I liked that it was, you know, this Philosopher's Stone. I was like, I know that, you know, like this is kind of a cool concept. I'm not sure where it's going to lead us. I don't know, but I like that we're going on an adventure. So I loved it. I thought it was cool. What about you?
I did too. Yeah, I loved it. It did catch me off guard, and when I rewatched it to take notes, it was even more obvious how Indiana Jones Tomb Raider-ish it was, and I was like, man, this is kind of silly almost. So, so yeah, I did like it. I also liked that the found footage felt more professional than most found footage movies.
Yep. I liked that as well. I agree.
It felt more like, I don't know, it felt more like Cloverfield as far as found footage goes.
Yeah, good point. Yes. Yep. And I like how they incorporated it, though. It wasn't just someone that has a camera and they're always holding it, even when monsters are chasing them. It's on your head. It's going to be there the whole time. You know, that's just it. And that's a good way to incorporate that so that we're not sitting there going, why is this moron still carrying a camera? There's some chasing you. So I appreciate that.
The only questionable thing there is somebody pointed out, and I didn't even notice, but I guess at the end when they come out of the sewer into the Paris streets or whatnot, they all just kind of walk away and leave the camera sitting there next to the manhole cover.
That's kind of true.
Like, wait, were you just doing that influencer thing where you walk away dramatically, but then you're going to go back and get the camera? What are you guys doing? Come on.
That is weird. That's really weird.
Now, as far as found footage goes, one thing, I think we only done one found footage movie?
Did we do both Creeps or just the... We did both. Just the
one.
first one. We did just do the first one. So then, yeah.
I feel like we did one other, though.
Man, it does seem like we did, huh?
Hold on. Hold.
Oh, dash cam was kind of found footage.
No, I think that might be it. Let me look and make sure that's the only one.
Or the other one, too, with the kid from Stranger Things, where he goes on a killing spree, Steve Harrington.
Oh, so we've done 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that one was found footage, too, I think.
Wait, hang on. I'm losing track here. Let me keep looking.
Sorry.
Actually, buddy, looking back, we've done 5 found footage movies before this one. Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Go ahead. See if you can name some of them.
Well, I know dash cam.
Yes, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yes. And Spree were the 2 I remember.
Yeah.
And then, what else?
Creep. You mentioned Creep already.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned Creep. Yes, so Creep.
And then Wreck.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which again, going back to Wreck, I'm sorry to take our listeners down memory lane, but I do wish we could do Wreck again because we only had access to the English dub and it was terrible and it kind of hurt the movie for us. So
it did.
However, did you know that the director of this movie, John Erick Dowdle, directed Quarantine, the American remake of Wreck?
I did not.
There you go. The 5th found footage movie that we did that you're gonna, and I don't think it was all found footage. I can't remember, but one of our most listened to episodes for a long time, buddy, The Deep House.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. You're right.
Anyway.
Wow. Yeah.
That was a big tangent, but
fun.
When we talk about found footage, one thing I know that you and I always talk about is how realistic it seems.
Yes.
And one of the things about the realism of it has to do with whether it feels like the actors are reading from a script.
Right. Yes.
I think the actors in this movie did a pretty darn good job of not seeming like they were reading from a script.
I would agree. I agree with you on this.
There's only one part that kind of bugs me in that respect. And it's where Scarlett and Benji, first meet up with George. They're both acting really good, but
gotcha.
It's the one place that it doesn't feel like found footage. Like acting real. It feels like they're reading from a script.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yes.
It's so weird because it seems like they're doing a good job reading from the script. It's not like they're doing a bad job.
Right.
But what I wrote down is it's like the quintessential adventure movie dialogue.
Yeah.
Where he's like, nope, I'm not going with you no matter what. And she's like, I found the Philosopher's Stone. And he's like, you did? Or she says she found the rose key. And then he's like,
right.
You found it? And then it's like, oh, that's how every adventure movie starts, you know?
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's
one
a good
person
point.
Doesn't want to go, but the hero's like, I found it. I found it. Where did you find it? I'm in. You know, so that was the only part that was kind of weird to me, but everything else was very well done.
You know what part? Actually, I say I don't consider myself claustrophobic. However, if I was in like a cave and I got a little bit stuck, I'd be freaking out. And that was, so speaking of good acting, when Benji gets stuck, he seemed very scared. And I was scared. I was like, this is really an awful situation. I do not like this. And so I think he did a great job at that because he really seemed like he was freaking out. And that made me freak out. I love that scene. It was horrifying, but I thought it was really well done.
That's awesome because I kind of had the opposite reaction.
Really?
Yeah, I think I was so focused on how much he was freaking out that I didn't feel that claustrophobic.
Oh, funny.
I was just more
that.
like, wow, look at this guy. He's freaking out. Look at him. And then I was like looking at him going like, is he really stuck? Come on. Are you really stuck there, Benji? Are you really that stuck? Come on. And then I was thinking, are those real bones? Because most of this movie was filmed in the Paris catacombs.
Really? I would not have expected that.
Yeah, it's the first movie, I believe, to ever get full permits to shoot down there.
That's cool.
And they shot in the public tunnels and the secret tunnels, like the off access. So
That's really cool. Boy, oh my gosh. That would have been awesome to be an actor on that movie. What a luxury.
well, that's the thing. They had to meet with each actor and make sure that they weren't claustrophobic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because they could not be claustrophobic and do that movie.
No. Oh my gosh. Oh,
But
that's
what's
crazy.
really going to blow your mind is the piano. They took a real piano down there.
Oh my, down to the actual catacombs?
Yes. That
That's
was actually in the
insane.
catacombs.
That's really cool. Dude, I never would have thought this. This is wild.
The car that's burning,
Uh-huh.
they really burned a car down in the damn catacombs.
No, that can't
Yes.
be right. You're being
That's-
serious?
That's what they said.
What?
Yeah, they had to like make sure the ventilation was good and they had to test things and everything, but they took a real car down there.
I am shocked right now. I would have never guessed that. That is insane.
I'm shocked too. In fact, I want some proof.
Right? Yeah,
because
yeah.
it just seems so far-fetched.
For real. Oh my gosh. It's probably true, but that's wild. I never would have thought
Yeah.
that they would have gotten like permission to burn a car in the catacombs. That's crazy.
Well, I'm sure like if this is true, then they had to do it in a certain area that's
Right. Right.
not damageable or what have you. But it's all like stone and dirt. So like what are they going to damage, right?
True. True. That is wild. I love that. Ah.
Now let's get into the big one, the big talk here, because the big talk about this movie is how it is a reflection of Dante's trip through hell in Dante's
Right.
Inferno.
Yes.
So when I read this, I was like, that's interesting. So on my rewatch, I was kind of trying to pay attention to see if I could recognize the different circles of hell.
Mm-hmm.
So I have all the circles written down and stuff. And man, like I did not. I had to look stuff up, and I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if this stuff is true. I think it might be interpretations
Okay.
based on what's written in Inferno. So, first of all, one of the main things about Dante's Inferno is that Dante enters hell, but he's not able to go back.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
the entrance is closed off to him, just like
Okay.
they were in the movie.
Right.
And then Dante has to continue going down. Like they say in the movie, what's the line?
The only way up is down.
Yes. Yes. No, that's
Something like that.
actually-
Yeah.
The only way out is to go down or something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe they say the only way up is down. But yeah, he has to keep going down. And then at the end, he goes down into a hole, which I'm going to talk about what that hole is. But he goes down into this hole and then comes out. He's cleansed and he comes out underneath the night sky and he's saved. He's safe.
Interesting.
And that's exactly what happens in this movie. So this movie is basically an adaptation of Dante's Inferno in a way.
That's cool. Yeah, that's super cool.
So let's go over the circles of hell, shall we?
Yes, please. Yes, dude. Yes.
All right. So the first circle of hell is limbo.
Okay.
So in the movie, there's the doorway that says "Abandon all hope, ye who enter," and a lot of
Right.
people would think that that is the doorway to hell,
Right.
but it's not. That is like halfway through.
Right.
The doorway to hell is when they first get blocked off and they go into the forbidden tunnel.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Limbo could very much be characterized by the appearance of La Taupe, because La Taupe shows up. He seems to move quickly through the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know where he is. He seems to be lost,
Yes. Very
stuck
good.
in limbo.
Yep. I like that.
They're finding these weird things like a piano and a phone that works.
Right.
You know, very limbo-esque type things, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Now, the second circle of hell is lust. So there's a couple things here. The first of all is Benji's story. We don't ever find out about Benji's story, right? And Benji is
True.
the cameraman, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But he keeps seeing this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Why does he keep seeing this woman? Well, online sleuths and such kind of have this theory that Benji at one point left behind a woman and child.
Okay.
And that she represents this woman that he had sex with, and she had a child, and he just abandoned them. Even though that's also Zed's story, right?
I was going to say, yeah, isn't that Zed too?
We don't ever really find out, but this woman that keeps showing up, and she's in a way sensual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's part of it.
Okay.
But then one of the coolest parts in the movie, in my opinion, and this is going back to the sound design, is when they step into the water and all of a sudden everything gets muffled.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then you hear like the ding, and then there's like this loud rushing sound, and they're all freaking out. So that people have said sounds like a vortex. And in the circle of lust, there is an endless vortex of, I think, people and such. I don't know.
Interesting. That's cool. Okay. I'm on board.
Shall we go further, my friend?
Honestly, the only way up is down, my buddy.
Oh my God, yes. Number 3, the third circle of hell is gluttony. Okay. I'm not sure. Some people say that it's when they come out into the wider corridors or something. The only one that kind of made sense is that I believe the 3-headed dog Cerberus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Guards the circle of gluttony, or prowls gluttony, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly, when you start being able to hear things in the background, there's a growling sound.
Oh, interesting.
This is something I found out after my rewatch, so I haven't gone back to see if that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so sure about gluttony.
Well, I'm almost thinking, and maybe this is another circle that we just haven't gotten to, but the treasure, that gluttony, I mean, even though,
That's next.
Okay, is that, okay, all right.
That is absolutely next, my friend.
Okay.
Because it has been said also that the movie isn't a direct, metaphor. Yeah, not a direct adaptation,
Right.
There's some loose things that could mean things, whatever.
Cool.
The fourth circle of hell, though, is greed.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Greed is very much seen as them trying to take the treasure without being careful, and the roof collapsing on them.
Yep.
Like you said, gluttony could be a part of that, so who knows?
Yeah. No, but I mean, greed makes sense because that just checks out when it comes to treasure and not thinking things through.
Now, the next two I have blanks next to, and you'll see why. The 5th and 6th circles are wrath and heresy. So,
okay.
Wrath, the interesting thing is that the 7th circle is violence, and some of the things that represent violence could also represent wrath.
Mm-hmm.
In a very loose interpretation, you could say that when they're all getting mad at each other after the tunnel collapse, that's wrath.
Right.
I don't know. That seems like kind of a reach to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Now, heresy. What is heresy in the Bible?
Isn't it like a heretic, like almost blasphemy, kind of like not agreeing with what others would say is the ultimate, entity, religion, whatever, kind of going against it or thinking your own thing.
Which I don't really remember anything being like that in the movie, except for maybe possibly the people, the cultists or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you have violence. Now, in the circle of violence in hell, the circle of violence is freaking cool, buddy. Because you got 3 parts: violence against thy neighbor, violence against thyself, and violence against God.
Oh.
So we have Latope violently killing Suxi.
All right. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Violence against your neighbor.
Yep.
Then we have Scarlett's dad, who committed suicide by hanging.
Right. That makes sense.
And again, possibly the satanic cultists are violence against God.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So fraud is another one that's kind of a reach here. We've got George's guilt over his brother, possibly Zed feeling like a fraud of a father.
Right.
But one of the coolest things is that Virgil in Dante's Inferno says, out of the mouth of each one there protruded the feet of the transgressor and the legs up to the calf, the rest within remained.
Oh.
Even though Papillon
Mhm.
is likely the next circle, treachery, the way he dies is described in the circle of fraud by Virgil.
Interesting. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
So then we have treachery, and treachery is Papillon betraying his friend
Mm-hmm.
and not owning up to it. But
Right.
also, this is the coolest part, I have to count the people, man, because in Dante's Inferno, when Dante makes his way to the ninth circle, the final circle of hell,
Right.
Satan is down there.
Okay.
Satan is there sitting on a throne,
Mm-hmm.
and he is feasting on 3 sinners. And those sinners, I believe, are Julius Caesar. Oh, man. Am I right? Am I wrong? Brutus?
that I
I
don't
can't
know.
remember. I don't know.
Two Brute? Huh.
It's 3 famous people, though. It's 3 famous, Judas.
Oh, interesting. From the Bible. Okay.
Yeah. Judas, Brutus, and somebody else.
Okay.
He's feasting on 3 betrayers, basically.
Right.
But in the movie, there is a hooded figure sitting in a chair. So
Yep.
that could be Satan in his throne.
Cool.
And there are evidently 3 cultists.
Oh, I did not count them. So that's
That would-
interesting.
Be the betrayers, maybe?
That makes sense.
And now this is another reach, man, because this is weird, but the stone figure that comes out of the wall,
Yeah. Yeah.
people are saying that was a representation of Cain from the Bible, Cain and Abel.
Wow. I mean, Cain kills Abel with a rock, with a stone.
Yeah, he stones him.
Hmm.
But I don't know how the people get that. There's also some other crazy interpretations, like the person who you see with the mask on
Yeah.
supposedly is a representation of Satan because half of the face is okay, but half of the mask is like disfigured, and it signifies Satan like turning away from God or what have you, blah,
Being
blah,
an
blah.
angel and then
Yes.
going in.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
at the end of Dante's Inferno,
Yeah. Yeah.
Dante has to escape hell by climbing down Satan's belly and into his navel, the center of the earth. That's the center of the earth. And then Dante and Virgil escape hell to find that they're back under a starry sky.
Interesting. That's really cool. I like that. My question then, I had the same thought while watching the movie, and now hearing that he goes through Satan's belly, I still have the same thought now, or is when they quote unquote escape, are they safe or are they not?
I had the same thought, my friend, when I first saw the movie, because I was like, are they really in the real world or are they in a hellish version of the world?
Right.
But if this is a loose adaptation of Dante's Inferno, then they have come out into the real world.
Okay.
Also, the whole idea of the end of the movie is that these are the 3 who have faced their sins and have repented.
Right.
That's another thing that's really cool. So remember when she finds the as above, so below artwork, whatever?
Yes. Yep.
There's a Star of David, a six-pointed star in the background. So 3 points are pointing up and 3 points are pointing down.
That's cool.
And that could signify that 3 of them die and 3 of them live.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, and three is pretty significant too in the Bible. 3 is used a lot with the
Tell me.
Trinity, the God, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. 3 good, if you will. So that's interesting. Like 3. That's cool, man. I kind of like that. I like that.
So yeah, the whole idea is that once she went back and she found out that the stone was inside her the whole time, she was able to forgive herself for not being there when her father killed herself. Zed was able to forgive himself for not being the father he thought he should be. And Benji came back and was able to forgive himself for George. George was able to come back and forgive himself for his brother.
Right.
Because he talks about his brother and he talks about how he went to get help for his brother and he got lost and he felt guilty about that. So,
Yep.
whew.
Oh man, that's wild. I'd love to read Dante's Inferno at some point, but boy, I am so bad at some of that old literature. Just reading it and absorbing it and remembering it. So I'm not sure how well I do. It would take me a while. I'd really have to like take my time with it. But it does sound like a very, very from what I've heard before too, and this, it just is such an interesting story that I'm very curious about it.
I mean, the whole thing is called the Divine Comedy, right? And the first part of it is Dante's Inferno. And then the second part, after they come out into the starry sky, which I don't really know what happens, is Purgatorio. So,
okay. Right.
So yeah, I actually thought about listening to the audiobook at work today.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But I did not. But yeah, going back to what you're saying, I believe the Divine Comedy is written in a poetic form.
Yes, that's what I've gathered. Yes.
And I have read one other book that is in a poetic form, and that is The Odyssey. Ah,
yes. Very good.
And that was not easy for me to read.
See, that's my thought. That Iliad, same thing. Like, I'd love to read them, but I don't know if my brain can work it.
You know what? I think it could, Andrew.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think you need to give yourself more credit.
Oh, shucks.
Now go read Dante's Inferno right now. Jesus.
All right. I'm sorry.
Or Satan. Anyway, yeah, so what parts scared you?
I mean, in all honesty, I felt like when they actually do get kind of down where, however you want to interpret it, but where Satan is, that's creepy. That whole area is creepy. Even though it almost looks like there's more space there, it felt so claustrophobic because there's other things there. There's other beings there and other evil, if you will. So it made it feel very claustrophobic, even though the rooms are much bigger than any of the other ones we've been in. Those were scary because it felt like a hopelessness. It just felt like you're trapped in this, really in one of the deepest circles of hell. So,
yeah.
So that part to me was very creepy, very eerie, and very unsettling.
I think for me, the scary part was definitely my first watch of the movie. When I rewatched it, it wasn't scary at all.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. Whereas something like Paranormal Activity scares me every single time. This movie, I know what's coming up now. I think it was the fear of the unknown, my first viewing.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and I didn't mind it, but this movie had a bunch of jump scares in it.
It did, huh? Yeah, it did.
And some of them were really well done. I'm trying to remember them. So the first one definitely is when Scarlett is in Iran and she's underneath. There's this really well-crafted moment when she sees her father hanging.
Yeah.
And she's looking at him, and even as the viewer, you're like, what the? And then the explosion happens.
Right.
And that explosion is the jump scare.
Yes. Yes.
And I like it because the movie distracts you with the hanging father, and then, that was really cool.
No, I agree.
The one that sticks out to me the most, though, is Benji at the top of the well.
Yes.
Because that one, even the second time, I was cringing because I knew what was coming, and like that one scared the hell out of me. I think Bowie jumped out of my lap when I was watching it the first time.
Yes, that one, Cindy screamed for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It's kind of a jump scare when Lataupe grabs Suxi and slams her into the ground.
Yep, I would agree with that for sure.
Also, slight quibble, like don't touch him, don't go up and touch him.
Yeah.
Like that was a horror movie moment where the whole audience is going like, "What are you doing?
Yeah,
don't touch him. Don't do that." And sure enough,
look what happens.
Look what happens. You get slammed into the ground. Which I was very well done, by the way.
It was. It was brutal, man. That was a brutal moment for sure.
Also, oh my God, the deaths were done really well for the most part. Benji just falling down that well. Oh my God.
Yes. I mean, that looked like someone fell to their death. That was bad. Like, that was bad.
It looked real.
Yeah.
I want to know how they did a lot of this movie, but that's one of the things for sure.
Yes.
Did you think they were going to die?
I wasn't sure. Honestly, I was not sure. This was one that it could have gone either way. It was nice, too, because I wasn't really worried about it. I mean, I should have probably been like, are they going to live or die? But I was just more kind of, what's going to happen? Like, I don't know how this is going to end.
Yeah.
And so I did not know if they were going to live or die. I don't know. Did you think that they were?
Yeah. Because there's the moment where Scarlett and George confess their love to each other, even though they don't say that.
Oh, right. That's right.
George says, whatever happens to us, I want you to know that week was the best week of my life. And she's like,
yes.
Me too. Oh. So, yeah, I did like that part.
Yeah.
But when they said that, I was like, oh, they're dead.
Yep. That's right. That's fair.
So I was... And that was part of my confusion, my first viewing of the movie. I was confused that they actually made it out okay. I was like, wait, what?
Right?
Like, that hardly ever happens in found footage movies. Usually it ends with most everybody dying. And
That's true.
The tapes are left over, and that's what you're watching, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Not to spoil other found footage movies. You don't know which one I'm talking about.
Exactly. You don't know us.
You're not my father.
You're not my real dad.
Oh, God. Anyway.
Yeah.
However, I will say that even though the movie isn't scary during a rewatch, it's absolutely enjoyable to watch it a second time because
good.
Without being scared, you're actually watching everything happening and you're watching the events unfold and you're actually having a good time doing that.
Nice.
Or at least I was. I can't speak for everybody, of course.
Again, I mean, it is a horror movie, but it sort of is that action adventure movie too, which is fun to watch. I would, I for sure want to go watch another one like that. Like it's a fun action movie, I mean, as well as horror. So it's a cool, I would think it would be a fun one to rewatch, even just for that aspect of it.
Did you like the acting? Did you like the actors?
Yeah, I did. One of the people I didn't really know is our main character, who's Perdita Weeks, who played Scarlett. I didn't really know her, but I thought she was great in this. I really liked her.
Absolutely. I was very taken with her. She was very good as a leading character.
That's the thing is, I mean, I feel like I should see her more because she was just really natural in this and felt like a leader. I thought she did a great job.
Her fearlessness was nuts. Like, she would just go right into the holes and stuff. I'm like, hell no. Yeah. Not me.
Well, and just that whole moment where she goes back all the way back through all these circles of hell to go put the stone back. I was like, geez, I'd probably be like, sorry, dude, you're dead.
That was bordering on silly.
Yeah, that's fair.
I like, especially the second time, I laughed when she comes up against the stone creature and just like she stiff arms him and knocks him down. And I thought that was hilarious. And then she does it again on the way back. But then also Ben Feldman as George. I've seen Ben before.
Yep. We have too.
Wasn't he in Mad Men?
Oh, I never watched Mad Men. So
oh my God.
I know. I've always wanted to. We just saw him in an episode. We watched the show Ghosts, which is just a charming it's a nice little show during in the world we have right now. But he was in an episode, and so watching this, I was like, oh, we just watched him 2 seconds ago.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome.
It was fun.
Yeah, I really liked his character, except for the one part we talked about earlier.
Right.
My favorite, though, I got to say, besides Scarlett, my favorite was François Civil as Papillon.
Yeah.
There was something about him. I just loved seeing him on the screen every single time.
I agree. He had great, he had great, you couldn't take your eyes off of him.
Charisma.
He was charisma, that's the word. He had great charisma. And he did. I mean, he was very charismatic. He was fun to watch. So
he's a really good-looking dude. Really good-looking guy.
Yep.
And it's from the first moment you see him in the club,
Yep. I agree.
It's I really like the cast. So I think they did a really good job. And I think, that's about it, I think.
That's all for me. I know I just looked a second ago too, and that's all I've got, buddy.
There's a couple other things, but I think I'm going to talk about those in the 3 questions. So are you ready?
Mm-hmm. I am. Let's do this.
Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3.
All right, friend, this is your movie. So what do you believe is the best death/kill in As Above, So Below?
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go... That's a really difficult question.
Yeah, it's tough.
Because all 3 of the main deaths in this movie are really well done.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, my God. I think I got to go... Oh, man. Dude, I've never had this much of a problem picking my favorite death or kill.
I love it, though. That's great.
Because I could say Suxi, because that's the goriest, I think.
Yeah, oh, for
I could
sure.
say
Yeah.
Benji, because that looks like the most painful. But my instinct is to say Papillon, because it's just so abrupt. He's just pulled into this burning car, which is kind of the CG that you were talking about. And then suddenly he's just buried in his legs, and you're assumed that he's buried alive, which is a horrible way to die. So
Yeah.
I got to go with Suxi, though. I'm going to go with Suxi because that is just blunt, it's violent, and it's bloody, and you're just like, oh, damn. So what was your favorite?
I agree with you. This is a tough one. I think, though, after going kind of back and forth like you, I will say Benji, just because it was so abrupt and so... Like I said, I mean, it looked like we watched a guy fall to his death. I mean, really looked like it. And it was just kind of out of nowhere. We see the before for just a second, then it's just wham.
I'm sorry, what did he go?
It goes wham.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Kind of like a wham, you know?
Like a careless whisper.
That's exactly right. I love you, dude.
Maybe even a jitterbug.
Jitterbug. That's all I can sing of that.
Now, real quick before we move on, I did forget one little tidbit that might blow your mind.
Ooh, lay it on me.
Remember when Scarlett and Benji go down into the catacombs with the tour group?
Yes, yeah.
And the guy behind her, they see the guy sitting there?
Yep.
That's the same guy that was in the car, the burning car.
Oh, I did not get that.
So they saw a ghost of the guy who Papillon let die or killed.
That's cool. I did not catch that. I like that.
I didn't either, but I read it afterwards. And
Cool.
then I looked it up to verify it, and evidently that's who it was. So
That's pretty cool. I like that. Alrighty, friend. Question number 2. We've discussed this a little bit, but was this movie scary?
yes and no. I think I was very tense and nervous for much of the movie. I think for a lot of people, this would be a very scary movie.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of numb to certain things. But I think a lot of people would be scared watching this movie. Again, it was not scary the second time.
Mm-hmm.
It was more the fear of the unknown.
Right.
And more than scary, I think this movie's very creepy. There's a lot of really cool, creepy stuff. Like the people singing in the catacombs.
Oh, yeah.
And the idea that people just go down there and do weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the little boy that you saw in the striped shirt, that was creepy.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I forgot about that.
There's just creepy things, you know?
Yeah.
So what about you?
I agree exactly with what you said. Yes and no. There's a lot of creepy things. I could see people getting nervous about this one, especially like people that, you know, may even have some phobias or don't like demonic movies. You know, I mean, this is essentially hell, so that I could see people getting nervous about it. I wasn't scared. I was more wondering what the heck's going on. So, but I agree with you. I could see it going, people being a little nervous about parts.
All right,
buddy. Question number 3. Did you have fun with horror?
I did have fun with horror.
Oh.
I think this movie was fun, and I think a lot of the fun came afterwards when I was looking up all of the parallels with Dante's Inferno.
Totally.
What about you, Andrew? Did you have fun with horror?
I did. Like we've said, I mean, this is like a horror action type movie. So it was fun to watch. I loved going into this knowing nothing. I thought it was a lot of fun watching this movie knowing nothing about it, and seeing the adventure unfold. So I did have fun with this movie for sure.
As above,
so below.
You remind me so much of your father. But Scarlet, you must be more careful. His quest was the path to madness.
My father wasn't crazy.
Everyone who hunts for Flamel's stone is crazy. They all wind up dead.
well, Andrew, that was As Above,
So Below.
which means now it's your turn to pick a movie. And
Yay.
I'm like you. Last episode, I have no idea what you're going to pick.
Nice.
You could pick something new. You could pick something old. I just don't know. I have a couple ideas of what you might pick, but I don't know. You've given no hints whatsoever. So, Andrew, what are we watching and discussing next?
Yeah, buddy. So I am going with somewhat new, but I've been waiting to see this one for a while, and I feel like I've waited long enough. Now I really want to watch it. Oh, I love that look.
Well, here, before you say what it is,
Okay.
I will say that today I was like, I wonder what Andrew's going to pick. Actually, I wasn't thinking that at all. I take that back. I was just thinking of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? We haven't watched that movie, and I've been wanting to watch it or rewatch it. And I was like, we should probably do that movie sometime soon. But here's the question. Is that movie the one you're thinking of and the one you're about to pick? So let's go. Let's go.
Now I'm nervous.
Let's go.
All right, okay. No,
No, that wasn't a hurry up. That was like a let's do it.
Oh, okay. I got nervous. I get scared sometimes.
I couldn't hear that at all.
Oh, shoot. I did for all those listening, it was an amazing noise. One of the best in the world, but you guys can't hear it now, so shame. Anyway, we are going to do a relatively new movie that I do know you own and have seen, but I have been waiting. And speaking of my conversation with you at the beginning of this episode about video games, we will be watching Until Dawn.
Whoa. I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
I've never seen it.
Oh, I thought you had.
This is not the movie I was thinking of. So you did not read my mind.
I did not. Now I'm curious what it is.
That's fine. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
You haven't watched it yet?
I've not. No, I've been waiting, and I've been. Yeah, I'm really excited for this because I played the game, so I'm really excited to see how.
Yeah, I hear it's not a lot like the game though. So.
I did hear that as well, but I've heard that the way they filmed it is a lot of fun. So I'm like, hey, that's fine with me. I'm excited either way.
Oh, that's a great pick, buddy.
Nice.
It's a movie neither of us have seen, but I bought it a while back.
Yeah, I thought for some reason I thought you had watched it. All right, cool. That's
probably
exciting.
because I bought it.
that checks out.
So there you go, everybody. Our next movie is Until Dawn.
Yay.
Movie from this year.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
There we go.
Well, as all things do, it's time for this episode to come to a close, Andrew.
I know. I feel like we need to come up with like an ending song. You know?
When you're weary
and you're fiery
and you're sitting at home,
always so alone,
you just put on the podcasts
and then you'll be broadcast
all over the world. You'll have fun with horror. You'll have fun with horror. And we love you all
so very much.
Andrew, I love you.
And Scotty, I love you too.
And that brings us to the end of fun
with
horror.
Can you read that? What does it say?
Abandon all hope